All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to do a response video to this massive heat wave that is happening down where Ishmael live at. As you may know, we're living in a time where the Heavenly Father Yahweh is carrying out mass judgment, through his son Yahweh Shai, whom the true name of the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, through, as we may know in the Holy Scriptures, all judgment and power was given to Yahweh Shai. So when you hear about people dying, being taken off the earth, know that it is judgment that is being carried out by the Heavenly Father Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. And a matter of fact, as I tell you in Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, let's get that real quick, I also wanted to say, Thawada to the sincere brothers of the hopeful elect for standing stiffly. What is this? Thawada to the Lord's elect for standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashum, Yahweh Shai. Okay. And please excuse me. I don't know what the hell that is, but okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay. I don't know what that was, but probably an ad. Let's go to Zephaniah. Let me see. Okay. Zephaniah 3. And I believe 5, okay? The just Lord is in the midst thereof, okay? We all know that the Heavenly Father Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, they are both just men. So we know that the reason why these nigger poops were taken off the earth because they were wicked, okay? And like it tells you in the book of Job, the 4th chapter, and I believe the 6th verse, whoever perish being innocent, okay? And as the brother, the beloved brother Manak Tazakba pointed out in this video, okay? And also the beloved brother Yasha Wamba from the Dallas camp, because he did a video on this as well, okay? These nigger poops was basically going to worship a rock called Mecca. And on that rock, there is a symbol on it that resembles a vagina, which goes back to the Queen of Heaven worship, okay? You'd have women, rubbing their vagina and basically giving off which is disgusting, by the way. My stomach turned when I first heard this, but women on their menstrual cycle rubbing their vagina on the rock. You had men kissing the vagina symbol on the rock, making out with it, licking it. You have guys, busting off on the rock, just weirdoism, if that's even a word. And they believe that kissing the stone would, you know, bring them fortune, fertility, which is utter madness. So the Lord saw these people doing these things and was fed up with it. So you know what he did? He basically turned up the heat down there. Okay, he turned up the heat. Okay, and basically, you had people who are dying, spirit leaving their body, because there is a such thing as it could get so hot, and there is a such thing as it could get so hot that literally your brain will start to get fried. Okay, because remember, all living beings on this planet have water in their brains, and once the water in your brain starts to fry to the point to where it literally gets evaporated, pretty much what happens, you start to become lightheaded. Okay, you start to become lightheaded, you start to become dizzy, and then right before you know it, your vision starts to become fuzzy, and just like that, you start breathing heavy, and right before you know it, bam, everything turns black. Your spirit is out your body. Okay, and just like that, you're present with the Lord. Okay. So Zephaniah 3:5, right? The just Lord is in the midst thereof. So the judgment that the Heavenly Father carries out, on the planet is just. Okay, the Heavenly Father is not just taking people's lives for no reason. No, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? So those were, and you know what? I can almost bet that a lot of these people who died down there, I bet a lot of them were Israelites. Okay, because they might look like Ishmaelites, they might look like Arabians, and you probably had Elam mixed up in there as well. Some of them might have looked like Elam, but they're somewhere down the line, their father's lineage on their father's side, presuming to Numbers 1:18, went back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, because Israel has been scattered on the four corners of the earth. So a lot of these people who perished down there could have actually been our people that look like, Arabs or East Indians. Okay, so, a lot of them went back to the spirit world knowing that they're Israelites. And hey, the next time they're reincarnated, they're going to come back in their right mind. They're going to have they're going to be born with the laws, statutes, and commandments embedded into their minds, and they're going to be okay. Now, I'm not saying all of them were Israelites that died down there. No, a lot of them could have been, like maybe 400 of them that died, maybe 500 of them that died could have been Israelites, and the rest could have just been heathens that the Lord just wanted to take off the planet. But the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. And it's a shame, to be down there worshiping that stone, marching around it, dancing around it, humping it, kissing it, men busting off on it and shit. That's weird. It's a shame to even bring those things up. So the Lord is carrying out judgments here on the earth. Okay. And there's another one in let me get that in Isaiah. That's Isaiah 29. If I can recall correctly. No. Isaiah 29. And let me see. Is it Isaiah 29:6? I could be wrong. Yep. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise and with storm and tempest and what? The flame of devouring fire. Okay. So that's the point. They got devoured by the flame of devouring fire because it was so hot down there, you know, that the heat was unbearable. You know? And I know, there's going to be cats, Esau must have used harp. And, well, who controls Esau? The Lord does. Okay? The Lord controls the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side. Okay? Okay, man's goings are of the Lord. So if harp was used, well, guess what? Who gave this motherfucker the knowledge to create harp? The Lord did. So stop giving credit to Esau, like the beloved brother Manak Zagba was saying from South Carolina. Esau, look, the Lord gave him his power, okay? So let's go ahead and play this video here.
It's one of the 5 pillars of the Islamic faith, the obligation to perform Hajj once in your lifetime if you're financially and physically capable. But how to assess in advance your ability to withstand days of outdoor exertion in an ever more unpredictable and extreme climate. Videos posted on social media this week, which we can't independently verify, purport to show bodies lying in the street. The AFP news agency says more than 1,000 pilgrims have died, based on a tally of figures from foreign diplomats. The Saudi government has so far given no official number.
There were many people that were suffering from heat, exhaustion, and yes, there was along the official authorized route that we were aware of, there was a plentiful supply of people and individuals and people in authority that were handing out bottles of water and squirting water. And also a lot of water fountains available. Given the intensity of the heat, I think in the coming years, I suspect that they do need to take some further action.
More than 600 of those who died were reportedly Egyptian, the overwhelming majority of them unregistered pilgrims.
And we know that Ishmael predominantly lives in Egypt now, okay? You can find that in the Bible, and I'm not going to get it. We all know that the original Egyptians were Hamites, which will be the so-called Africans today. But who's living in Egypt today? The Ishmaelites, the Arabs.
People who'd come in on cheaper tourist visas or overstayed work permits and wouldn't have access to the same air-conditioned facilities as those on official tours.
The sun is beaming down on them so heavy that they got to walk out there with umbrellas. And usually umbrellas is something you use when it's raining outside, so...
Wednesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a new pact, tightening the ties between
Arabs. And you got a lot of Jake among them that try to worship that also call themselves Muslim.
Yup, hey, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Because I brought that out in my video as well. Hold on. Let's fast forward this.
Given the intensity of the heat, I think in the coming years, I suspect that they do need to take some further action.
More than 600 of those who died were reportedly Egyptian, the overwhelming majority of them unregistered pilgrims, people who'd come in on cheaper tourist visas or overstayed work permits and wouldn't have access to the same air-conditioned facilities as those on official tours. One UK-based critic of the Saudi government says it's become a two-tier experience.
We see that all the hierarchies are reproduced, so the poor ones are actually the ones who suffer most, and this explains why there's so much death among certain pilgrims from particular countries like Egypt, Bangladesh, Morocco, Tunisia, etc.
This year's Hajj is the deadliest since 2015, when an estimated 2,400 people died in a stampede, a number arrived at long after this footage was first broadcast. The official Saudi toll remained at 769. The infrastructure has since been upgraded, including a complex one-way system and improved healthcare facilities. Following the lunar calendar, the Hajj period starts 11 days earlier each year. In the coming years, it's heading for springtime. The next summer cycle comes in the mid-2040s. Climate scientist Fahed Saeed is co-author of a study setting out what it may be like for pilgrims then.
The authorities in Saudi Arabia, they are going for adaptation options. But adaptation options have their limits. So unless we stop emissions and we abide by the Paris Agreement, I'm afraid that we will continue to see such calamities.
Saudi Arabia wants to attract 30 million pilgrims a year by 2030, performing both the Hajj and the smaller year-round Umrah pilgrimage. Such numbers can only intensify the challenge of retaining the event's essential religious character while adapting to an ever hotter world.
All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah.
And you know, a lot of you Israelites down there that look like Arabs, calling yourself Muslim and Islamists and all the other, well, Muslim for the most part, you know, the Heavenly Father was not pleased with that sacrifice, okay? He's not pleased with the sacrifice of y'all worshiping that stone, because it goes back to idol worship. And a matter of fact, if we go to Exodus, let's go to Exodus real quick. Put you right there. Let me see. Exodus 20 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake all these words, okay, saying, I am Yahweh thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You see that? That's the very first commandment. That's the very first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity upon the fathers unto the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Okay, so you see, that's the very first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods. And you know, the story behind Mecca is that it is supposedly a rock that fell from heaven, you know, that fell from space, which I don't really know how true that shit is. Okay. Because how often do you really hear about meteorites, you know, falling from heaven and crashing into the earth, you know? You know, and people think that is, you know, Allah, the voice of Allah. And look, and Allah is just a Hebrew word, which means God. Okay, God. That's where you get the word Allah from, okay? And guess what? There's many gods. Satan is a god. Okay, demons are God. Angels are gods. The Israelite man is a god. You know? But there's only one true God, and that's Yahweh. Okay? Okay? Yahweh Shai is a God. So, I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of you people, you're just ignorant, you know? That's why, like our apostles tell us, you know, that's why it's always important to get into words. You know, there's nothing special about Allah. There's nothing, well, I mean Allah as in what the Arabs worship. They worship Allah, you know. There ain't nothing special about that guy, you know. You know, and Mecca, that's just an idol. Okay, let me see if the gods of the nations. Let's type that in. The gods of the nations are idols. Go ahead and type that in to see what we get here. Okay, no, let's just do this. Okay. Making no mention of other gods. Yes, the spirit. The gods of the nations are idols. All right. Here it is, Psalms 96:5. It says, "For all the gods of the nations are idols." Psalms 96:5. "For all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh made the heavens through his son Yahushai and the elect." Okay. You see? It says, "Honor and majesty are before him." Okay. "Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary." Okay. "Give unto Yahweh, O ye kindreds of the people, give unto Yahweh glory and strength." Okay. "Give unto Yahweh the glory due unto his name." You see, and that's the problem with these heathens, especially our people. They don't want to acknowledge that Yahweh is the one true God, you know? They don't want to acknowledge that. So because they don't want to acknowledge that, right? What happens? Judgment is carried out on them. Okay? Oh, so let's get that in 2 Chronicles chapter 15 verse 13. That 2 Chronicles 15 verse 13, this is pertaining to you Israelites, okay? "That whosoever will not seek Yahweh, the power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman." So there you are, okay? There you go. So every morning doth the Lord bring his judgment to light, he faileth not, okay? But the unjust knoweth no shame. So I pray and hope that you sincere brothers and few sisters have been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one.